everyone, it's me, Lemmy Toys. It's been over a year and a half since my last collection update, and in celebration of my 5-year anniversary on Instagram, I think it's about time to share a new one. I don't really have anything else to say, so let's just get into it. Alright, so first up's the top of my, Mario themed bookcase. Most of this stuff's all Mario themed, so of course I've just got a bunch of random different items up here. Taito Bowser is in the very center. We've got a couple electronic figures surrounding him, as well as some other different smaller collections and stuff. SH Figure Arts over here, a couple figures from the original Mario movie, as well as just random stuff there. There's some UDF Mario Bros figures, Rabid Mario, a couple other things. And in the very front is my 3D World and Bowser's Fury series by Furuta. Very great figures. I think they stand out really well being front and center. Next up's the start of my Jakks Pacific collection. This is basically my favorite toy line ever. We'll see a lot more of their product throughout the rest of the video. This is mainly just the good guy shelf. We got Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi in the center. The Kong's up there. I do have a space open for the new 4-inch one. Yoshi's, Toads, Princesses, a couple groups of power-ups. That Star Mario there, the 2-inch one that released through Walgreens, was actually my first ever Jakks figure, so it does mean a lot to me. We also got a row of accessories in the front. Right below that is Bowser's Army. Of course, Bowser is right front and center, with Bowser Jr. next to him. Up on risers, I've got the Koopalings on both sides, and then the whole underneath is just a huge army of various enemies. Boom Boom and Kamek are up here. I don't feel like putting them up on the risers, mainly because of space. We got Shy Guys, Piranha Plants, Goombas, Koopas, Hammer Bros, the giant new Wiggler that just released, just a wide variety of different enemies that Jakks has done. This shelf is basically dedicated to everything by Jakks that doesn't really fit in anywhere else, at least part of their 2-inch and 4-inch line. On the top here, we got a bunch of different Mario power-ups that aren't in the shelves above, unique variants and stuff, but down here are just things and characters that are above, but they're just different variants of. So different pose variants, repaints, all sorts of stuff. Most of it's Mario and Luigi, but I've got a couple other characters over here, as well as 6-inch Donkey Kong. He's down here because the new 4-inch one's coming out soon. I've also got the Advent Calendar figures there, as well as my Microland collection. I don't have all the Microland figures yet, but this is what I do have. Underneath my Jakks collection is my Hot Wheels Mario Kart line. I have pretty much every single release except for the SDCC Gold and Metal Mario figures. All the carts are here, all the characters, all the items, all the gliders, everything's here. We'll get to some of the track sets a little later, as they don't fit here, but I do have them. There's the SDCC Pink Gold Peach there, as well as a custom-made Snail Corn Hot Wheels by Collector Creations. He's a great creator. I recommend you checking him out on Instagram. Of course, there's all the gliders, as well as the Bullet Bill playset. This shelf is just a bunch of random Mario items, figures, toys that just don't really fit anywhere else. I do have more Mario stuff I'm going to get into, but this is just all the miscellaneous figures and toys and stuff. I'm not going to go into all of it because there's a ton, but we got Monopoly figures, Furutas. We got just a big pile of Furutas without stands. I think a couple of them are bootlegs. Fast food toys like McDonald's, even some bootlegs, Popco Goldie figures, just a wide variety of things. It's just kind of all bunched together. There's not really any specific spot for any of them, so they're all here. Right underneath that is a shelf dedicated to a bunch of random items, merchandise that aren't necessarily toys. It's just very random bunched together, lots of things on top of things, just because I don't have the space to display every single one of them. It's not all Mario. There's Kirby, there's Nintendo, NES, Sonic Pez. A lot of these are kind of food related items, tins and stuff. Just a very wide variety of different items. Right below that shelf on the floor are 4 of my Hot Wheels tracks, as well as this chain chomp lamp. I do have the full sets in storage, I just don't have the space to display all of them, so I got 1 piece per set. These aren't all the tracks. I got some on the other side of the room, but there are 4 of them there. Let's move on to the shelf unit in the middle of my 2 bookcases. At the very top, I've got a bunch of random Mario movie products. You can see some inbox sets there. There's like the Hot Wheels Kong Island set, behind some other stuff, Root and Go, a couple Jax boxes that are empty but just for display, the McDonald's display, Monopoly, there's the movie itself and the Walmart exclusive tin, and then the international Mario movie McDonald's set. My lower Mario movie shelf has the Jax line as well as a couple other things. There's the 5-inch, 7-inch Bowser, the minifigures, the 2.5-inch with carts, Hot Wheels, the McDonald's set that released in the States, playsets, and the RC. There's also the plushies in the back there. Also off to the side of the shelf, I've got a couple items in package hung up. These are the Jax Movie Mario plush hangers, as well as the Hot Wheels carded. Of course, I do have those Hot Wheels already. I just have them carded as well. This shelf has a couple random different collections. I've got my Itty Bitties, my Jax Microland playsets. I don't have all of them yet, but that's what I have. There's the Jazzwares Collector 6-inch figures, the Trainer Team series, as well as some open space that I just don't know what to use for right now. But there, I got a couple different Sonic items that don't fit on my little Sonic bookcase, as well as Rement's Kirby Cafe set. This shelf has a ton of random products that don't have their own shelves. There's Metroid there, all that stuff's by Jax. Here's Zelda. The top half is mostly Jax, but then in the bottom there's some other stuff like customs, Good Smile products, there's some ultra detail figures. Over here is Splatoon, there's some Figmas, Jax stuff, my customs in the very front. I plan to do more of them eventually, but that's what I've done right now. There's Jax's prototype and trophy figures. There's a Crash Bandicoot there as well. There's the wind-ups, Jax's various Mario Kart themed lines, Squish Delish, 8-bit. Here's a secondary Minecraft collection. We'll get to my main Minecraft collection a little later. And then the Jax tabletop pinball set, which is actually quite rare and a grail of mine. And at the very bottom of my shelf unit is my amiibo collection, as well as a couple other things. So here's the amiibo collection. All the front is like Smash Bros. There's a couple other different licenses behind it. Splatoon, Animal Crossing, Mario, Zelda, Metroid. I don't own every amiibo, of course, so this is just my current collection. Here's a couple customs by Toy Hunters Collecting. The pipes are also by him. Here's a Smash Bros diorama and a Kirby diorama. On the Smash Bros diorama, I've got a couple Animal Crossing amiibo cards. And over here are some other unrelated items. There's some Dot Graphics Mario sets there. There's a couple inbox Jax items. My Connects Prongo set from 3D Land. Some other Connects items there. There's my Spider-Man Kirby crossover diorama, custom-made polymer clay. A couple Mario-related customs, including like Mario Wonder and stuff, as well as just an odd item. Highness has Squidward. It's beautiful. Also, immediately in front of that shelf, I've got my 4 Squishmallows from the Pokemon line. Alright, now let's move on to my second bookcase. This one isn't necessarily based on anything, like it's not themed around a certain franchise like my other one is. It's just a random jumble of things. So at the very top here, we got a couple statues. The 4 over here are my first 4 figures, the Majora's Mask, Kirby, Mario Kart, Luigi's Mansion 3, as well as the Jazzwares Select Mewtwo figure. Here's my collection of Mattel Minecraft figures. Very cool line. Minecraft's probably my single favorite game ever, so it's great to have a decent collection of them here. All these are official by Mattel. We got items in the front, smaller enemies or smaller mobs, just a bunch jumbled in the front. More up here, we got the Warden and the Ghast, which are more so like figures with like actions than just the normal like type, this basic type of figure. And even back there, you see a custom. Also, not by Mattel, but I do have the Jazzwares Ender Dragon figure sticking out from my Mario movie shelf. So it kind of looks like he's part of the collection. I really like how I displayed that. Right below that is a bunch of in-box products. Most of these are Jacks, but there's a couple other things scattered in there. There's some 2 and 3 packs there. There's like a couple display cases from the Lego Mario and Hot Wheels line. Some checkout figures, 5 packs, and even a couple things out of box too. That's the body wash set from, I think Walgreens sold that. There's a couple out of box extra Lemmys. There's the Fruta 35th anniversary set, and even there's another dot graphic set. This is a different style than the other ones I showed earlier on. This shelf is just dedicated to like a bunch of random franchises that I do have official merch for. They're just all jumbled together. There's some Nintendo franchises, there's some other franchises. I'll kind of go from like left to right here. There's Star Fox, Among Us, Street Fighter, Pac-Man, Fall Guys, Five Nights at Freddy's, Animal Crossing, Pikmin, Crash Bandicoot, Undertale, just a wide variety here. There's a mix of customs. There's some Pikmin customs down here. There's a couple Pac-Man customs. A couple different things. Most of this is official though, but there are some custom things mixed in. Right underneath it is a shelf of a bunch of customs I made for franchises that I don't have any official figures or toys for. Just a very wide variety here. There's some Nintendo characters, some classic arcade characters, indie games, mobile games, some more questionable choices. There's Ultimate Chicken Horse, a very good game, a very weird variety of characters that I just wanted representation for in my collection because I don't own any official merchandise for them. I also got Deltarune over here. I've been considering remaking the set of customs, so I just kind of have them out of the way here. I really enjoyed Deltarune, but since these are the first Polymer customs I made, so I feel like they've aged a bit, so I've just got them out of the way here. Right underneath, I do have an empty shelf that I just picked up, probably. Of course, this shelf here is kind of empty. I'm always working on more customs, so I'm expecting them to expand in this whole shelf, and maybe eventually it'll get to a point where this shelf's filled up too, or maybe something else will fill up that space. Like the bottom of my other bookcase, I got like a bunch of random different items down here. Most of these are more so marketing items than the other side, which is just random merchandise items. Majority of these are my Nintendo rewards, but there's also some pre-order bonuses. There's like some Cold Stone items there. Just, again, a lot of these are just on top of each other just because I don't have the space. As we move over to this side, there's some more like hardware related items. I got my Switch box. I got some physical games. There's a period I didn't collect physical games, but then there was also a period where I don't really have the cases to them. A couple other random things here, books, magazines. There's some bags right here. There's the Sonic comic book from the Mario or the Sonic Movie 2 premiere. And just, it's a bunch of random stuff. And just like the other side, I do have a couple of Hot Wheels tracks down here. Like I said before, I do have the full tracks, I just don't have the space to display them all. So I got some, I got certain parts of them out with their carts. Before we get into my Pokemon collection, I do have a couple select silver figures above my Pokemon shelf, as well as in this corner, a couple Fan Gamer Deltarune pin sets. Now moving into my Jazzwares collection, this is just their main line of figures. 2-inch, 3-inch, 4.5-inch, a couple epic scale figures. In the center we got some more popular Pokemon, like the Kanto starters and Pikachu, and it kind of branches out from the most popular characters into the more obscure characters. We got Galar and Aloha regions up there, some other random Pokemon over there, as well as some pose variants and stuff in that corner. This shelf is for other Pokemon merchandise. I got some holiday figures up on top of those Pokemon Quest figures, some Clip and Go Pokeballs. There's a couple model kits, gacha figures there, a couple other Jazzwares Wiki Cool Toys items. I got some of the environment sets, some Pokemon Kids figures, a bunch of random items there, Pokemon Shoto, Jazzware's advent calendars for both Halloween and Christmas. I got a new Driplin custom figure, which is actually my only custom figure for Pokemon so far. And then in the very front, I do have both Funko advent calendars. Right below that, I do have my Funko Pop collection of Pokemon. You've already seen a couple other Funko Pops earlier, but these are the Pokemon figures. I don't have every single one released, of course, but I do at least have every Pokemon. Now let's move on to Sonic the Hedgehog. This has its own little dedicated bookcase here, and at the very top we've got the new Sonic Prime line by Jax. There's the 5-inch figures, there's the 2-inch figures, as well as the Angel's Voyage playset. Also right here I do have the diecast line. Here's my modern collection, very similar structure to my Mario collection. We've got some of the main characters in the center, and that kind of spreads out. We got some variants in the back. Silver, I plan on putting Blaze back there. Some of the supers, and as well as some accessories in the front. Then of course, right below that, we got the classic collection. There's the 4-inch figures, 2-inch figures there. I got a couple accessories, some variants off to the side. There's the collector figure, there's the Jax Gold with skateboard, Christmas figures, and I do also have 2 Eggmobiles, just because I got one on clearance about a week ago. And at the very bottom here, I've got my Sonic Movie 2 collection. I don't have like the plush or the RC, but I do have all the figures here. Of course, 4-inch in the center, and then 2-inch surrounding it. I got the Tornado set, it's kind of an angle there. The Death Egg Robot set. I also have the AMC cups for Sonic and Tails. And before we move on, I'd also like to mention I've got my carry case for Pokemon Jazzwares. I don't have the space to open it up, so I just got it in this corner here, because I've got nowhere else to put it. Before we get into my Kirby collection, I do have this Smash Bros. Banner hung up. Now let's move on to my Kirby collection, starting with my shelf for official merchandise. In the very front and center, I've got Nendoroids with a couple Korokoroids right here, which are also produced by Good Smile. I've got a Wispy Woods bank right there, a wide variety of different items here, as well as over here, a couple items by Remint, including their desktop figure series, a couple series of their Remint or their terrariums, as well as some other figures right in the front. Right below my shelf of official merch is my custom figure line. There are so many more figures of Kirby because it was just a huge project of mine to represent as much of this franchise as I could, just because I feel like Kirby is lacking in the merch department, at least in terms of like the variety of characters. So I've just got like over 200 characters here. Of course, we got main characters in the center, we got like other like recurring characters and stuff, final bosses at the top, various enemies out in the front, mini bosses, other character variants, all sorts of stuff. Underneath my Kirby shelves are these posters from my Nintendo 430 All-Stars. And in this corner, I got a couple more posters, some Pez dispensers, as well as some in-box 4-inch Sonic figures. Now let's move on to Jax's playset line. We got 2 shelves up here with their $30 sets. All these are Mario, of course. And down here, we got their $20 diorama sets. Even though some of them are all repeats that I already have, I do like to pick all of them up. There's the brand new Mecha Koopa set there, as well as Sonic over here. Before we get into the rest of the playsets, I do also have a couple more items hung up here, including some carded 2-inch and 4-inch figures from the Mario line, as well as my Mario movie poster hung up on this door. I also have some keychains hung up here, as well as a couple in-box Hot Wheels sets down here. I never took these out of box for space reasons, so I just got them in box here. Now we can move on to the other play sets by Jax. These 2 shelves have their $40 sets, including the brand new Bowser's Battle and Death Egg. And over here we got their standard $20 sets. The top 2 here are for Mario, and the bottom shelf is for Sonic. Around my Lego closet, I do have a couple different items hung up, including these Hot Wheels. These are all the character cars, as well as this just card without a character in their default line. I got all those hung up. Got these masks by Disguise from Five Below. They're cheaply made, but they actually do look good hung up there. And up in that corner, I got a couple other Hot Wheels items, including that Monster Truck 2-pack, as well as a couple other character cars of Crash and Spyro. And here's the Lego collection. This is the second to last big section of mine, apart from plush. So we're almost near the end of this video. Starting up here, we got some Luigi's Mansion sets. Over here, here's a couple of random sets. I used to sort this, but then later on I just kept adding stuff and it kind of became like less organized. So up here I just got a couple random things. There's the Peach Starter Course. There's Bowser's Airship. There's the Reznor set. Here's a couple of lava sets. Down here is like some grass related sets. There's like toad houses and stuff there. That one there, that's the exclusive one that got really rare. I got blind bags and stuff, like in front everywhere is just blind bags. Over here there's the King Boo set. Here's some desert sets. That's the other rare set there, which was what was that? That's the gift with purchase from the original voice. Some other grass related sets here. Sky related sets, some beach related sets, tower related sets. There's like the Luigi Starter Course there, jungle. And down at the very bottom, we got Peach's Castle, some newer sets over here, snow-related ones, whatever, some other stuff over here, and most recently, some of the new Donkey Kong sets. I don't have all of them from the new wave yet. I do have everything like from before the new wave, but that's what I have so far from this wave that just came out. And also right in front here, I got this Metroid cannon thing. Think Geek made that. Finally isn't my plush bin. Just because you can't see them all, I'm going to take them out. I do want to show all of them off. There's also a couple props in there, we'll get to that. But also down here, I do have a Mario Kart Wii RC. And here it is. I have it roughly sorted by franchise, but it's just a big jumble, just for this video. I'm not as big of a plush collector as I am for figures. I really pick up the ones I mostly like. So it's just a very random assortment of characters. I got a couple like prop items over here, Zelda, some hats. Here's some Kirby stuff, a couple random things there. Sonic, Mario stuff there. It kind of expands over to here. Zelda, Deltarune, a couple Minecraft things, and then Pokemon, a couple other random things like throughout this little pile here. And also this Minecraft sword toy thing. I'm not re-recording that. And that's it. That's my entire collection. It's been over a year and a half that I shared it, so I'm just very excited to share another update. It was a lot of fun recording this, and I'm very excited to see how y'all react to this. If you made it through the entire video, thank you. But also go outside. I'm just kidding, but I do know someone else who should go outside because, well, I think it speaks for itself.